The way that I feel is like it's more vivid, it's more intimate, it's more detailed. It's like a panic, a constant panic. It's like a feeling of not being able to be calm until you're precise. It's like feeling everything 10 times more than everyone else. And it makes me who I am today because I feel it more than anyone else inside the room typically because of my struggles with like really bad anxiety. It's like being unfocused when you're like your world is just it's like having a problem and uh, when you have a problem, you can't focus. Imagine feeling like you have a problem every fucking day and every for any fucking reason. That one fucking day that you can't think because you have a lot on your mind is my fucking constant day. And that's been since I've been a fucking kid. It's like my brain is fucking always like going at 100. Always going at 100. And throughout the years, it's gotten worse and it's gotten better. And now I'm at a point in my life where I feel as if there's only certain days like regular people that my brain goes more at 100. I've learned to how to control my emotions and my thoughts a little bit better, and also I cope with a lot of alcohol and drugs, and but that's more in there's a story for it's later on in my story. Um, so my mom would go to work, and she her schedule was kind of like this. To break down my dad and my mom's schedule, so they staggered being at home. So it was something like this. My mom would work in the morning, and there was times that she would go in at 5 a.m. There was times that she would go in at 6 a.m. There was times that she would go at 7 a.m. It just depended. It depend it depended on how or what time, what point in our life we were in. But for the most part, it was always around 6 or 7 a.m. But and also depending how much work there was. So for the most part, we'll go with her entering at 6 a.m. So if she's going to 6 a.m., that means that my dad is waking up. My dad's waking up at let's say 5 a.m., 4:30 a.m. My dad makes my mom breakfast, gets up, makes my mom breakfast, and he'll make her not your typical like American breakfast. He'll grab vegetables. He'll make a soup. He'll get like a little chicken or something. And since we were little kids, my dad has always, since he worked at the restaurant, he's always brought like meat and stuff like that from work. So we wouldn't really buy meat other than like the whole chickens, and then my dad would cut them and then put them in bags and freeze it so we could have chicken like during the like I guess for the week or whatever. And that was typically the only meat that my dad would buy. If he would buy beef, it was every like maybe 2 weeks, like damn near like every 2 weeks. But for the most part, he would always try to bring a burger patty or a little pechuga, like a little chicken thigh. Sorry, chicken breast. from work. You like put it in foil and then like hide it. And he would try to, for the most part, he'll try to like always sneak out a to go box, like, because you know how you have, back in the day, you would always get a meal per day. So my dad would put like a little, like, I don't know, like some chicken fingers, chicken wings, a little pizza, some fries, whatever was left over or whatever he can make. And that was one of the like coolest things, and it gets me emotional because we grew up poor and we didn't like go out to any restaurants or anything like that. But it was nice on my dad like to think about us, like us as kids, and get a little bit of like to go food and then throw it into the to go box. And that would be one of our go-to things. Like, he would, like, let's say there was 8 chicken wings. If it's four of us, we're splitting two, 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 two. If there's a little pizza, as small as the little personal pizza was, we all got a little slice, and it was cool. Sometimes it was two slices, but it was just a thoughtful thing, and I appreciated it. It was cool of him. Um, so my dad would steal some of like the stuff, and like he'll bring towels. Our forks and knives was also shit that he stole. Um, Up to date, the tables and chairs that we have in my parents' house, they've always been from his job. Like anything my dad would be able to get his hands on, if they didn't throw it away or give it to him, he was stealing it, like, little by little. But it was just a way of him trying to support his family, on a budget, or whatever he had to do to get, like, get us by through the next day. Um, so my dad would, yeah, take a little burger patty, a little chicken breast, and that'll be our lunch, and that'll be our dinner, or whatever. One burger patty. One burger patty mixed with some beans, and you throw some salsa in there, and you smash up the beans, and you cook up tortillas, and you're eating ground beef with uh, smashed beans freshly off the pot, with like with some salsa on it, with some tortillas. Like, that's dinner. Bam. And it was great. Like, it was nice to eat beef, aside from always eating chicken. And maybe chicken breast, one chicken breast. Nowadays people eat, well, they've always ate one chicken breast. They even eat up to two, but one chicken breast chopped up into little squares, mixed into a big ass pot of rice. Cut up some carrots and some potatoes, and with some red sauce. One chicken breast would feed a family of 5 or 6. Um, it was like, that chicken breast and that burger patty. That kept us going, as a family, and it fed us. The Lighthouse Hennessy's, they they done more for us, as far as like, without that company, like, who knows where we would be at in life. But they kept us afloat. We were never we were never sinking, you know. Having them around, it was like cool. My dad was accessible to, you know, unfortunately stealing a burger or stealing a burger patty or stealing a chicken breast, but it did wonders for us, you know. It made us survive. So going back, my dad would wake up like let's say 4:30, 5 a.m. and just depending what time my mom would have to go to work, whether it was 6 or 7 a.m. But he would like chop up vegetables, make her some type of little soup. He would make her like a I don't know, like a licuado, and you know, like some type of smoothie, I would say, and sometimes put like a couple apples or like whatever fruits that we had. Thank God for the trees too, because that helped out a lot. We would have never ate none of these fucking fruits that kids eat nowadays, like all these fucking grapes and fucking peaches and like all the expensive shit, all the strawberries and all that shit. If it wasn't for fucking my mom growing all these fucking different types of diverse fucking fruits that are so fucking expensive now. Thank God we had grape trees and stuff like that. Not saying that my dad never bought like grapes or watermelon or melon and stuff like that. Just saying that we would eat like probably the cheapest fucking fruits all the time if it wasn't for the trees that my mom grew. Like we were rich. Like rich in fruit. Like we had all the fucking fruits. Peaches, oh man, nigga. We just had to make sure we ate the peaches before the worms did, you know, because it was just we would give away a lot because dude, we were packed with fruits, you know, so that was awesome. Um so my dad would make my mom food, and he he's done this for years, forever, even up to when she retired. At first it would be like my dad would pull out $1. Sometimes it would be in change, sometimes it would be a physical dollar, set it on the table next to my mom's bag. So my dad, after like he would start making her breakfast, he would wake her up maybe like half an hour or 15 minutes afterwards, and he'll continue to make her breakfast. He'll pack the lunch, put in his in the Tupperware, put in the thermal, put in her lunch bag, and then he would set my mom's lunch bag on the table. And then he pull out like $1 or some change and put it on the table next to the lunch bag, and I guess that's what he was able to afford to give my mom. And he would like take her to work and take her in the little bucket, and then they'll drop her off. And my mom's coworkers would talk so much shit about my mom. They would make fun of her intelligence. They would make fun of her appearance. They would make fun of my dad's vehicle. They was just some bitch ass ladies. They were mean to my mom. My mom never deserved that. Um, my dad would come back home, and he'll take a little quick nap, and he would wake us up like around 7. And so if he dropped off my mom by like let's say 6, and then he get back home, By 6:30, he'll take a nap for like half an hour, wake up at 7, tell us to wake up, and he wouldn't dress us. We fucking had to dress ourselves since we were little kids because our life was different from any of these fucking other fucking kids. You know, the worst thing that he, or the main thing, or only thing that he would probably help us with was, let's say, if we had shoelaces, and something like that, But Pops would just be in the kitchen and he start making us like breakfast. Like he'll get bananas and milk and eggs and then start making us licuados and whatever it was that we needed to do, like he would like help us. But for the most part, we did everything on our own because we didn't have fucking we didn't have a father that was just looking out for one child. We had a father looking out for a mom and our fucking four kids, three kids. Um, we're all back to back to back. 3 years apart. So if I'm five, Juan's 8, Valente's 11, Caito's 2, and Manuel's not born yet. So it's like at that point now it's two different schools that you gotta go to too. While you have a little fucking little baby in a car seat. So how the fuck are you supposed to like go out there and fucking take care of everyone? And it was fine for me because I was raised where I leaned a lot on my brothers. Like I'm looking at my brother Juan fucking like getting ready, so I'm getting ready. If I ever need help with something, Juan could help me out or Valente, something simple. But it was never like, hey, Pops, I need help. It was like you just start doing shit on your own because you got no one else to run to. It's like life is like you make life what you understand what life is. If I think that life is my dad doing everything for me, my mom doing everything for me, then that's what I know what life is to be. If I if no one is there to run to, then I ain't got nowhere to go. Where am I gonna run to when I ain't got nowhere to go? So it was like a valuable lesson that I learned as a little kid. You just fuck all that boo boo gaga shit. Like, hey, nigga, we gotta fucking. It's like we gotta think on our feet and we gotta fucking do what we gotta do. We're growing up. We're fucking like. I didn't know a fucking little kid gets fucking pampered. Fucking like no one told me that. Why missed that? I was like, when the fuck did that happen? It was like, nigga, you gotta fucking get up and you gotta fucking get your shit ready. For the most part, at least Pops made a licuado for us, so we could drink that. And we're gonna get ready for school. And at the time, we lived in a 5-bedroom house, the crack house, and one room was a storage room, so we utilized only 4 rooms. There was my parents' room on one corner, and it was a room for, I think at that time Valente and Juan slept in one room, and I think my youngest brother at the time, Claudio, he slept in with my parents, or might have been sleeping in no, he probably slept with my parents, and I slept in this room that was like half a bedroom. So at the moment I would sleep alone, and it was like if I ever got scared, it was because I would watch scary movies, and that's why I hated watching scary movies, because I would sleep alone in that little room. And I would just, yeah, I would get up and I'd get myself ready. And at some point, Caito and Juan would sleep in what was the biggest room that we had, other than my parents' room, or something like that. But that room was like, at some point, me, Juan, and Caito slept in that room when Emmanuel was born, my youngest brother. And it was all three of us in a I don't know, I guess it was maybe a king size bed, queen size bed. I mean, we were kids. Anything looked big to us at that point. But I remember being a little kid and watching Valente fucking hog up the fucking bathroom for a long ass time. And he was first. He would sometimes he would take a shower in the morning. I think it was probably like damn near all the time, but he would always hog up the bathroom. And since he was the oldest, he was an asshole to us. He was mean to us. He was always in a bad mood. And he had certain demons that he was going through that only he knows that he was going through. And um, that's his story to tell, not mine. But I'm just saying my story and how I felt at the moment like he would be an asshole to us, and it was like kind of like punking us at home. And he was our older brother, so we respected him, and that was one thing that my dad taught us, to respect each other.